Hey, boys and girls, I'm on topic 12. We are understanding and comparing decimals. We started that a little bit before we got out of school, and I kind of want to go back there and talk about it. I do want you on page 624 in your notebooks or in your math workbooks. So we're just going to talk about what we're going to do. So let's review what we know. So pause me if you need to. Go get your book and a pencil and go somewhere quiet. So number one, a blank is one of 10 equal parts of a whole written as 1/10. Okay. So would it be 100th, a place value, tens, or a tenth? 1 of 10 would be a tenth. So you would be marking that one right now. Okay. Number two, blank is the position of a digit in a number that is used to determine the value of the digit. So place value, it's all about place value that we talked about, how the numbers are in order and what the value of the 3 is in the hundreds place. We know that. So a number 3, a blank is 1 of 100. So it is written as 1/100th. So then you're going to be putting that hundredth in, okay? I mark the 3 that you're going to be using. So now we're going to be looking at 4, 5, and 6. We're going to compare the fractions. Is 5 hundredths bigger than 5 tenths? Well, just think about it. If I had 5 out of 100 people, wearing a hat, is that more or less than 5 out of 10 people wearing a hat? Or you could do the butterfly method, right? 5 times 10, we could write 50. Remember how we did this? And then 100 times 5, we could write 500, right? So what's bigger, 50 or 500? So then we are going to mark it like that, okay? So number 5, same thing. What's bigger, 1/10 or 100th? Crisscross and multiply. 1 times 100, you would write 100. Uh-oh, my 100's a little weird, sorry. And then 10 times 1, you're going to write 10, right? So then you're going to compare 100 to 10. So 100 is definitely bigger. So 1/10 of a pizza would be way bigger than 1/100th of a pizza. So same thing for here. 2 times 100 is 200. And then 10 times 20 is also 200. So 200 equals 200. Okay? So let's look at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's scroll down a little so you can see it better. Oh, we need to erase. So let's erase. Maybe I won't do all these so then I can't. All right, so number 7. There's obviously the numerator's 10, so there's 10 whole pieces. So how many are orange? You'd count them, right? 1, 2, 3. 3 are orange, so 3 becomes your numerator. So look at number 8. There's 10 of them, all of them but 1 are blue, so your numerator would be 9. Try number 9 on your own, right? You know there's 10 altogether. Count up how many pink you have. Hopefully you said 7. Then you should be good. So 10, 11, and 12 is all about coloring them in. So 10, 11, 12, the denominator is 100, so there's 100 little squares. So how many are you going to color in for this one, right? Look at the numerator. You're going to color in 22. You're going to color 10 and 10 and then 2. And then you're going to count by tens for 79 and count to 37 and color them in, okay? Pause me while you do this. I'm going to go to the next page. I'm going to go past these two. You actually have great notes in your notebook. All right, I'm looking for the solve and share for 12-1. I'm getting close. All right. You know what? Let's go to the next page. Let's just jump into some practice just to see what we're doing today. All right. So look at number 3. Write a decimal and fraction for each diagram. So I need to be able to zoom in. These are really hard for me to see. Let me use my book. All right. So how many pieces would your looking at your fraction, what would be your denominator? How many pieces are in this little box? We usually work with 10 or 100, right? So it's not 10. It's definitely 100. So that's your denominator. And how many pieces are colored in? Count them up, right? You have 4 little green squares. So it wants the decimal also. So 4 100ths, you have your decimal point, and you have 0, and you have 4. That's what it wants you to do for these, okay? The decimal and the fraction. We could look at number 4 too, right? You have one whole one covered in. So there's one whole, and then this one over here is going to be the fraction. Count up how many green squares you have colored in. I'll give you a minute, okay? Count by tens and then add the ones. Hopefully you counted 54 out of 100ths. So you would read this 1 and 54 hundredths. So the decimal would be 1. We have a decimal point, so we say and then 54 hundredths. Okay? Did you guys have you guys do have a practice buddy on this stuff? Let's go to the homework page on 631. We're going to practice. I have to sadly erase this before I go on. So you make sure you did what I did in your notebook. All right. Now I'm going to scroll to the homework page. All right. So let's look at number 1. It says write a decimal and a fraction for each of the grid. So on number 1, you should be thinking, well, am I going to be using tenths or hundredths? When you're using the long ones, you definitely are going to be using tenths. So you can fill in your denominator. I'm going to actually put ones over here so I don't run out of room. You're going to put the 10 on the bottom and on the bottom, and then you're going to count up how many green pieces are shaded in. So hopefully you count 6. So your fraction is 6/10. You should still be saying it. Here's your decimal point, and this is the 10th place. So the 6 is in the 10th place, so you still say that as 6/10. Look at number 2, right? You have one whole one, and you have 8 out of 10. So it's 1 and 8/10. Okay? And we don't have to do the fraction for this one because it's an improper fraction, so don't worry about that. So number 3, are you working with 10 or 100? Hopefully you can already tell that your denominator is going to be 100 on this, okay? So draw your fraction bar, count up how many green, count by tens, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 71. So you say this 71 hundredths, and your decimal looks like decimal point 71. And you say this one also as 71 hundredths, right? Okay. So we are going to look at number 4. So we're going to pretend that this grid is in big strip of 10 strips instead of like all the hundreds. So if I were to color in this entire row, that would represent 1/10, right? Number 8, I need to color in 29 out of the 100. So let's pretend those are all colored in. So it's 10, 20. Let's color that better up top. And all but one. So I'm going to leave that one. So this is 29, okay? So this is still 29 out of the 100 colored in. And this one up here is still 1/10. Okay? So I hope this helps you for your practice buddy, okay? I'm going to also put some more videos too. So I will talk to you guys soon. Zoom hasn't been working out. I'm not really sure why. But I hope this helps so you could pause it if I'm going too fast. Go back to it if you need to. I want to kind of talk to your maybe parents about this to see if you like this. So tell your parents if this video helped you or not. And then if you like these, I will definitely make these every night for you guys for the following day. So I'll talk to you soon. I miss you guys so much.